Hello, hello. It's the one and only 5D Attraction, and we're back. We're gonna see guys approach. You know what I mean? I've never watched these videos. I've never seen these guys. I just look for random videos and find a spot where they're talking to someone, and we're gonna see. On this one, what I wanted to do was find guys that look a little bit closer to average, like your everyday guy. Now, one thing I'm gonna say: don't think you can just look disgusting, smell bad, or your breath smell, and be like, oh, if I was like that, I couldn't approach. I mean, that's common sense. Like, just like if you know what I mean. If you're a girl that goes out and you stink and you're completely out of shape and your skin is nasty, like, don't expect nobody to approach you. You know what I mean? So you still got to play the game. You want to make sure you dress well. You want to make sure you dress decent. You know what I mean? You really need to be dressed well. Why y'all like, that's the problem, man. The average mentality comes with dressing average. People think, oh, I'm just an average guy because I'm short. No, you're an average guy because you can't dress. You don't go to the gym ever. You know what I mean? You don't communicate, or you're not social. You don't get out of your comfort zone. So it's bigger than girls not coming at you because you're short. You just finding the lowest common denominator. You know what I mean? So let's watch and see how these dudes get down. And yeah, man, let's see what they're talking about. This man runs up
Excuse me. Sorry, can I be a
on.
bit cheeky? I'm just on my way.
So right there, he runs up on the girl. My whole point in showing these videos is just to show you all the blockages that guys put in their minds of what you can't do. It's just BS. You know what I mean? You the chessboard. You can do whatever you want when it comes to getting their attention. That's the first step, and you can do whatever you want to get their numbers. You just follow a simple blueprint, which is you approach. You can say anything as long as you get their attention. You you mention something about them, whatever you notice, whether you think they're attractive, whether you, oh, I like your bag, or I thought you were had a cool aura about you. Figure out where they from, get the number, right? So let's see what he does. Let's see if he, because some people like to talk a little bit more. So let's see.
Way to the tube over there. But I think you look very nice. I'm a tourist at the moment. I was just like, I should say something. Be spontaneous. I'm on holiday. Why not?
And it's, man, to be honest, man, look, like when dudes is approaching, it could look desperate sometimes. Like, this isn't him in his power right now necessarily from a level of attracting. He's not sitting back looking cool with shades on, looking like a fly guy, and this lady's just fawning over him. And you know what? In another environment, he could look like that if he wanted. He can get real fresh, look clean. But I respect the fact that he's willing to go after what he wants. And you'll notice the guys that, you know, that are, let's say you're an NBA player, NFL player, it's still special when you got the ability to approach, because you're not just relying on your status, relying on your environment to feed you. You go out there and take what you want, man. You a hunter. You know what I'm saying? It's the same hunter mechanism.
Hello, I'm David. Are you from Brazil? You are? Oh no.
Once again, going with his first thought. He just said, "Are you from Brazil?" It just popped out. That's what y'all got to do, man. If you notice something about it, if you think you got to just go out there and say it. You know, um, so that's really key. You know what I mean? Honestly, man, she looking nice. I ain't gonna lie to you. She's looking nice from the side angle right here. You know what I mean? Dressed well. Like, this is once again an example of a woman who he would probably not have access to her if he didn't approach. You know what I mean? This guy doesn't seem like some ugly dude, but he looks like a very normal guy. He doesn't look very tall because she doesn't look tall. She looks like she's probably about 5'4", 5'5". So he's probably about 5'9". So you know what I mean. But he's willing to approach. He looks nervous. You would think he looks lame, but women still respect that.
I've had two Brazilian girlfriends in my time, and I lived there briefly.
Okay, so this is a value proposition here. This is now he's stacking value now. First, he's just a random dude that's approaching her, but he's adding stuff in there. Oh, okay, so he's had other Brazilian girls. What does that mean? That's pre-selection. That means he's already had pretty girls before, probably, because if he was with a girl from Brazil, she probably was pretty. He's putting value out there. You know what I mean?
2016 and 2019.
So you attract Brazilians.
Very much so.
There we go. Now she has a clear understanding of where he's coming from now. So now he's not a stranger. Oh, this is some guy, but he likes Brazilian girls. So that makes sense why he likes me. And okay, that's what happens. He's adding more value in the convo of what's going on. And now that's helping for her to build more comfort with him. Because she's like, oh, okay, that's why.
They are the friendliest people I have ever known. Very generous. Very
It's true.
generous. Yes.
It's true. And where are you from then?
Australia, yeah.
Nice.
But I am an Englishman.
Notice.
So, yes. I am originally from a village near Manchester. I was a young
One
man.
thing that he's doing very well, he's holding his posture very well. He's standing straight. You know what I mean? Once again, like I said, you got to carry yourself like a 9 or 10, even if you're not. And in his case, he's carrying himself very well, well spoken. You know what I mean?
Couldn't grow a beard. That was 13 years ago. I did 8 years here, and then I got tired of London.
All right,
Ah,
that was that. Well, let's see if he got
They
the
say
number.
that. Brazilians say that.
I think to be honest, he's talking for a long time. I think there's a point in where you talk too long. I think it's really the best to be in and out because time is of the essence, man. I'm not trying to know your whole life story. Don't get me wrong. There's guys who, I know guys who go from these conversations and just go to lunch with the girl. Like, no doubt. I mean, my boy does that. Like, I've been with my homies. I've done that before where you just talk to her in the moment, like, hey, let's grab some food right on the spot. And she's like, all right, sure. Like, he could do that right now. He needs to change location right now. He needs to,
want to experience that, but then the weather, it's missing. If London with a nice weather.
Now, one thing that's powerful, polarity creates attraction. Remember the video I did, embrace the awkwardness. That's what he's doing. This right here is when she begins to melt. What you'll see right here, he's holding his frame. Look at how he's standing tall. He's staring right in her eyes, right? That's them, and now she's starting to melt. See, what you're gonna notice from this point, she's gonna start wobbling around, wiggling around, being all awkward and nervous. But that attracts her. That's making her actually fall for him more because her back's against the wall. She's so used to men being so predictable. He just came in and shook up the situation. So I don't know what's gonna happen next, but don't be surprised if that happens.
Weather all the time will be tough, especially
Look
here.
at
I
it.
think everyone would like to.
You're over here looking around. She's fidgeting around.
Where are you from in Brazil?
Okay.
I'll give you my number, and you text me if you want to go out.
There he goes. I mean, I think that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? You hit me up if you want to talk. You know what I mean? So there we go. That was a very proper, clean communication from an Englishman. You know what I'm saying? Came in there with the clean style.
What's your name?
I'm Maggie.
I'm Maggie. I'm Anthony. Nice to meet you. You love Korea?
I don't even think I can do.
So he just kept it simple. And this is what I recommend to the guys out there, man. Keep it simple, man. Like, the other guy had more of a little advanced type of talk. I say you go ahead and just keep it simple. And just say, hey, like his approach is a perfect regular approach. Right?
You're Korean, actually? Are you Korean as well? So you're a quarter Korean? So you've been to Korea. Can you speak Korean? Very, no worries. Very cool. I just thought you were really pretty.
I mean,
Yeah. You have a boyfriend? No worries. All good.
like,
Thank you.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's a manifest.
There we go. And I love it. You see people get rejected. It's about availability. If they're available, it's going to be easy, man. If they're not available, it's going to be hard. But what I respect about his approach, he just went direct, talked to her for a little bit. If she was interested, cool. If she's not, you keep it pushing.
All right, scammers and drug dealers. Scammers and them drillers, they flex on the budget.
You see, it don't matter what he said. Like we always say, you come straight in with whatever you got to say.
I'll trick on you.
And she's real pretty, but she got a little attitude. You know how the ladies be. But she don't know him. She don't know him from a can of paint. That's what y'all gotta understand, man. These people don't gotta be nice to you, man. You gotta be willing to open them up by being in your masculine energy.
Like I'm Detroit thugging.
She said you're doing too much now. Most people would have thought it was done. You got the homie over here thinking she being harassed. He look like he about to come save the day or something. And so let's see.
What? Dog, I just like to get her phone number. What's your name?
You ain't got no.
Look at that. She just melted. That was so fire.
I just like to get her phone number. What's your name?
Hold on.
What? Dog, I just like to get her phone number. What's your name?
You see that smile? You cannot beat humor. And that's what I'm not going to lie. Y'all so worried about looking average when in reality, the problem is that y'all act average. You know what I'm saying? There's no humor, there's no personality. And that really be the culprit, man. Like, and even with that, there's women out there that love a guy that's quiet and real chill. But come on, man. You can't beat the energy of bass, and you got a bass. You got to go after it, and they're gonna melt.
You ain't got no.
You said what? What I say wrong?
Came up and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like you talking about?
Okay, let's start over. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
What's your name? Nice to meet you. So fine, I was just lost for words. I didn't know what to say. You give me like Jada Pickett 90s fine vibes,
It's,
like
it's infectious.
you know what I'm saying? So what's up? Can I get y'all phone numbers so we can hang?
Look, imagine her in the club right now. If he was going at her in the club, you know what I mean? She probably have all. She'd be over here on, you know what I mean, faking, whatever. Imagine him trying to get her at all these other environments. You know what I mean? But right here, it's easy work.
Hang out, get some food.
I don't think about
I can
it.
trick on you, whatever.
Trick. Nah, you can't trick on me.
All right, now look, I don't promote that, y'all. I'm not a fan. I don't promote the tricking, but hey, whatever works for you. But what I will say is, you know what I'm saying? He's still going to smack at him, bro.
Huh?
But I can't go to the Nike store. You can trick on my son. Get some shoes.
There we go. Once you start introducing tricking, this is a message to y'all out there. The minute you start introducing anything money related, she gonna play you like that. That's why if he never brought up no tricking, bro, she would have just looked at him as normal. I don't promote that at all because you know, women end up losing respect for you a little bit when that happens. So
Trick on your son. Oh, okay. What do you play? Basketball?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that. Here.
Since you wanna start with money, let's do it. Let's see what you about.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Here, put your phone number in here.
I don't know about the phone number now.
like I think he was gonna get the number before he brought up the tricking, to be honest with you.
So you can start with the IG.
I can get the IG. Okay, all right, you gonna be a little tough. Okay, I see. Here.
Yeah, she is gonna be a little tough. And this is a message to y'all out there. Look, I agree with the fellas, man. You know, it ain't worth jumping over mountains and hills for these joints. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'll tell you, like, it's fun. You know what I mean? It's just building experiences, friendships, understanding the masculine and feminine energy. And if one of them is cool, it's gonna work out. But to be honest, man, a lot of these girls is knuckleheads out in the game right now. And because of that, you know, it's not really a big, you know, investment worth doing things like even going on dates. I got a video out right now about why you shouldn't go on dates. I'm not a fan of dates. So, you know, at the end of the day, man, he got the contact. And that's really what we're talking about. We're just talking about attraction. He was able to break her frame and communicate. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the one common denominator is the confidence and the ability to just say whatever's on your mind, that first thought. But keep it quick. What you'll notice, this is the last thing I'll say. The longer the guys talk, they get in their own way. To move quick, move stealth. You know what I'm saying? Because look, man, it's a numbers game. Even if, you know what I mean, it's quality over quantity, but it's still a numbers game. You know what I mean? And you got to respect that. So with that being said, man, we're going to be back at it. It's the one and only 5D Attraction. Make sure to get that Pyramidian program that we have right now, as well as the Base Dating and Attraction course, very powerful course in the Patreon. All the info's below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.